What's happening, y'all? So, I got a question for you guys. You guys want your game to look like this? Looks pretty good, huh? How about we get a better view here? How about this? Look at the landscape. Looks pretty good, huh? You want your character to move like this. Do you want combat? Much better than before. And not only that, but you can also switch up your combat to different sword styles.
I've been looking for you.
You still got to deal with the couriers, though. I can't help you guys with that. Or combat and bloody gore like that.
What are you doing?
And there's a lot more to this. But, like I said, if you guys want your game looking this goddamn good, play that goddamn good, I'm going to show you how. So for those of you who are familiar with my channel, you guys might have seen guides like this one here, or this one down here. And if you guys are any of the guys that have followed along with these guides, I'm going to tell you right now the new method that I found is going to make these things obsolete. Throw these right in the trash. I'm going to show you something. If you're new to modding, or if you're returning to modding, and more importantly, like I just mentioned, if you're new to modding, because that's the hardest thing for new players to get into is modding, I'm going to show you how to get your game to look just like mine, play like mine, with just a few clicks. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go to Google, and you're going to want to type in Novus. And you can see I did a little bit of troubleshooting here with the Novus name. But just hit that, enter, and the first thing that's going to pop up is Novus Skyrim AE Modding Guide. And you'll get this fancy web page here. Novus. So what is Novus? Novus is a auto installer, and it's going to install everything for you. It's going to do all the work for you. You don't have to do a damn thing once you get the installer running, and it'll make your game look the best I'd say it's ever goddamn looked. I'll go in a little bit more detail about the looks of the game and what this thing has to offer. But I'm going to just go through a quick guide of the website, how to get the installer running, and how to get your game looking that goddamn good. So, there's a few requirements though that you're going to need outside of the game in order to get this to work. One is, and this might turn you guys off right away, so I'm going to let you know now. You're going to need about 500 gigs of storage. Yeah, you're going to need that much storage. And why do you need that much storage? Because this mod, or mod pack as you want to call it, the installer, is going to download, it's going to automatically download, automatically install, and sort almost 2,400 mods. Yeah, that's right, 2,400 mods. It's a lot of mods. So that's why you're going to need that much space. So you're going to need about 500 gigs. And in the install for the maximum graphic settings is about 4 something, but I'm recommending 500 to give yourself some space on your hard drive. But yeah, you're going to need that. You're going to need a Nexus Premium account. It's not absolutely necessary, but get the premium account. And the reason you need the Nexus Premium account is because if you're a free Nexus user, your download speed is limited to 3 kilobytes per second. That's a snail's pace. And A lot of the mods that this thing's going to download from Nexus are going to be like gigs in size at a time. And it can take like an hour at 3 kilobytes per second to download a gig of data from that site, let alone 400. Also, when you're a free Nexus member, you can't do automatic download. So, like if you want to download something as a free, you have to confirm it. When you're a Nexus Premium member, you don't have to confirm the download, which is a benefit because, for one, when you're a premium account user, your download speed is not limited. So your download is limited to as quick as your internet is. Two, if you're not a premium member, you can still use the automatic installer. But what's going to happen is every time it downloads a mod, and you're talking about 2400 this thing's going to download. So every single time it downloads one mod, you have to confirm it. So you're going to have to manually take your mouse and click confirm. You don't have to do that as a premium member. And you got to put in the combination of the fact that your download speed is limited. So if it's downloading a big mod, like let's say something that's the size of a gig, you're going to have to wait almost an hour for it to download. And then on top of that, you're going to have to come back to your computer and hit confirm before it'll start downloading the next thing. But when you have Nexus Premium, it doesn't ask any questions. It just does what it needs to do. It downloads them, it installs them. So highly recommend it, one, because it's going to save you a hell of a lot of time. It took me, I have 1.5 gigabytes of upload and download, which is super duper fast. And it probably took my computer, the installer, probably about 2 hours to download and install everything. Now imagine how long it would take with 3 kilobytes of speed. So yeah, you're gonna need a premium account. Premium account's $4. European. For me in Canada, it was the equivalent to like $6. So just if you want to try it, give it a shot. Requirements for minimum specs: it's recommended you have a GTX 1080 Ti, an i5 processor. I think it was 8 gigs of RAM. We'll probably see that when we go through the installer. 8 gigs of RAM. And you need an SSD hard drive, regardless. So if you don't have an SSD hard drive, this isn't going to work for you because you need the SSD's loading speed. And for the high end, which is what I'm using, minimum 3080 Ti RTX graphics card, 16 gigs of data, or 16 gigs of data, 16 gigs of RAM, I believe it was, and an SSD, of course. So other than that, you'll need to create an account here as well, free of charge, just so you can, once you get the auto installer, it comes with its own dashboard, so you can make profiles and stuff. So like if you want to switch mods around and stuff, you can select profiles. Simple things like that. So we'll go to downloads. Click on there. Hey, come here. Mods. Okay, sorry. We'll go to mods, automatic installation. And what will happen is you'll get this nice little fancy page again, and you'll get sort of like a tutorial and what it offers you. So Novus is a dash. The Novus dashboard is software designed to install and manage any Novus mod list automatically. So it'll do all the work for you. If you've watched my other videos, you've seen me. I was doing mods step by step by step, going to this Nexus page, going to this mod page, going to this mods page, and downloading things individually. Don't got to do that here. And if you liked what I had in mind, my tutorial, everything that I have, this guy pretty much already has in his auto installer. Pretty much everything. The body types, just the utility mods, everything. I probably had about like 200-300 mods. This guy's got 24. He's got it all covered. So the Novus dashboard includes the following features: compatible with Nexus, premium and non-premium accounts, which we just discussed, but extremely highly recommend you get premium, even just for the month, just to try this out. Fully compatible with Novus mod lists, automatically search, download, extract, and install mods. Beautiful, beautiful. Fully oh, also, I gotta say this too, and I hated that I had to do this, and you guys are going to have to do it too if you haven't or if you're not using it. But if you're a Vortex mod manager, you have to use Mod Organizer too. It sucks if you're not used to it. I wasn't used to it. I didn't want to touch it. But honestly, Mod Organizer is not that bad. If you're familiar with Nexus Mod Manager, you're not going to be as blind with Mod Organizer 2 than you would be if it was the first time you tried to use Vortex Mod Manager. It's not that much different. Um, the big difference between Mod Organizer 2 and Nexus is Mod Organizer 2 does not touch your original game. It'll copy the game and then modify that copy of the game and leave your normal one installed. So the only thing different you're going to have to learn is your paths to get the different files inside of your Skyrim game when you're using Mod Organizer 2. But that's no different than if it's your first time using Nexus. You had to learn the paths to get to your install files manually anyway. So it's just the same kind of a learning curve. But you got to use Mod Organizer 2. And it's not that bad, guys. It's really not. So Mod Organizer 2, it handles any files, handle mod list updates. So if it needs to update, it'll do it for you. Automatically cleans Skyrim master files, which is awesome because that helps with crashes. It'll install an EMB and reshade for you. Automatically resume mod list installation in case of issue. So when the installer is installing stuff, if it can't download something for some reason, it'll attempt to download it a few times, and if it can't, it'll move on and continue on to the next download. And what'll happen is once you reach the end of your install, it'll have a list of things that might have went wrong, what it might not have been able to download, and it'll give you options on his website. So let's say there's a specific mod that didn't download. You can go to this page's search engine, type in the name of the mod that wouldn't download, and it'll take you to another part of his web page, or her, I'm not sure who it is, and it'll show you where to get the mod, how to manually install it, and then the Novus mod installer will insert it into its proper load order. This is an amazing thing, guys. So where we at? Yeah, in case of issue, handles best download location selection, so it'll try to give you the best, fastest internet download speed. Automatically install LODs in all guide-related generated outputs, animations, snow patches, physics for armor and clothing. So this will use the Nemesis physics engine instead of Finis. So just the heads up there. So Skyrim startup. Step 2. First, you'll need Windows 10 or 11 on a 64-bit operating system, and the same with Skyrim. You're going to want Special Edition / Anniversary Edition, but you need Anniversary Edition. That's another thing I forgot to mention. Sorry guys, I don't have a script or anything. I just go off my head, just like I'm talking to you. If you were right in front of me, I try to keep it personal. But you need the Anniversary Edition, but you need the upgraded Anniversary Edition. So the difference is when you have Skyrim Special Edition and Anniversary launched, the update, it'll give you an automatic free update to Anniversary Edition, but you don't get all the features. So you gotta, if you don't have the full unlocked Anniversary Edition, which is I think an extra $20, you're gonna need that. You need it. You can't do it without it. So you need the full Anniversary Edition. And I know I made videos and guides about not wanting to use it, but Anniversary Edition's been out for like a year and a half, maybe 2 now, so a lot of the mods have caught up to it. And you can always go back. Once you've tried this, if you don't like it, you can always go back to my guides to downgrade back to a Skyrim Special Edition 1.597, I think it was. But yeah, I don't want to talk too much about that. So, obviously, you also need a fresh legal copy of Skyrim Anniversary Edition or Special Edition with the Anniversary upgrade. So you need a fresh install. So if you've already got a modded Skyrim, delete it, re-download it, and have a fresh install for this to do that. Before everything, if you have Skyrim already installed, to be safe, it's highly recommended you uninstall it and remove manually any files left in Steam Skyrim folder before continuing. So yeah, so even when you go to Steam and you uninstall it, you still have to go to your install path. So let's say, let me see here. So let's say you would go and you already uninstalled Skyrim, but it was modded. So you're going to go normally, Program Files, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, and Skyrim Special Edition. Even though you've got Anniversary Edition, it's still going to call it Special Edition. So don't panic with that. But if you had a modded Skyrim, a lot of these files would be gone, but there would be some files left over. Delete them. Get rid of them. Make sure that your so when you follow your install path and you go to this part of your install path and you open it up and there's still some files in this, get rid of them all. You got to get rid of them all. So obviously you need the legit copy of Skyrim, and this is just showing like the stuff that you'd want. So if you're upgrading from here, run the game once from Steam, and it'll give you the option to want to update and stuff. And this is just showing you what files should be in your game after you update. Graphics settings, so go to NVIDIA control panel for Windows and just make a few adjustments here. This is a really good guide. Then we'll go to requirements. Don't install the mod list on an HDD. It's not gonna work for you guys. Your hard drive's not gonna be able to load data information fast enough. It won't. It's just not gonna work. So CPU minimum. Okay, so I kind of got my specs wrong here. So here we go, guys. So CPU minimum is an i7 or an AMD equivalent. I'm not familiar with AMD's products, so I don't know. So Core i7. So for Ultra variant, this is like Ultra maxed presets for the list. You'll want an RTX 3080 Ti. This is for the maximum. VRAM 12 gigs at 1440p. Higher GPUs with more VRAM needed beyond 1440p. RTX 4090 recommended for native 4K. And RAM 32 gigs. And storage SSD mandatory, and at least 392 gigabytes of space. But you're going to want more. And just some more here. Redux, I believe, is the lowest spec for your PC, and it's the performance issue one. And for GPU, GTX 1080 recommended, or RTX 2070. 8 gigs of RAM at 1080p. Higher GPUs, blah blah blah. You need more storage. Still need an SSD with about 345 gigs. Nexus, this is again here telling you need a premium account. And of course you will need Nexus mod account in order to download mods from Nexus using installer. Click here. When your account has been created, you will need an API key. So you need to get your API key. So your API key is like your Nexus mod manager's account's ID, and you'll put your API code into the Novus dashboard. That way, it's almost like linking your Nexus mod manager to your Nexus mod account, and that's the same thing. You're taking your Novus dashboard account and you're linking it to Nexus mod, the website, so it can download stuff automatically outside of Mod Organizer, but it'll still install it with Mod Organizer. So here, you guys can read this over if you want. And then installation. So click here to download the latest Novus dashboard installer. So you'll just download it, run it, let it do its thing to install itself. Do not move your dashboard to another drive directory during installation. You will break everything. So wherever you download it, like when you download it to your hard drive, whatever spot you put it, like for instance for me, let's go to my PC. As soon as I click on my hard drive, you can see Novus is right here. This is where I have it installed. Once you do that, don't move it. Just leave it alone. Don't touch it no more. Don't move it to no other locations, nothing. Just let it be where you put it, so your thing will download with no issues. When downloading, go to location, blah, blah, blah. So this is just your dashboard. This is what it's going to look like. I won't go too technical with this because if you guys are interested, you guys can go and look at this yourself. Just kind of get your eyes familiar with what you're going to see when you download it. And this is the first installation screen you get. I can't make it bigger, but this is what it looks like. And this will give you a few options to pick at what resolution, what package you're going to be using, and all that good stuff here. Don't install the list on an HDD. Again, he's just letting you guys know it's not going to work. And this is just more of your setup here. Select your performance options. So do you want the best? Do you want the best looking game you can get? Do you want a mid tier, or do you want absolute performance? Even the crappiest version is going to look better than Skyrim's standard vanilla look. So you'll still benefit if you don't have a super powerful PC. I still recommend it versus vanilla. So give that a shot. There are two versions you can choose from: Ultra and Redux. And yeah, he's just going on to about the options here. Select your EMB, so you'll get to choose your EMB. I'm using the Pycho EMB. A lot of people use that. It's pretty popular EMB. And like I said, this is a really quick guide. Unfortunately, I didn't think about making this guide while I was downloading this. So this is what it's going to look like. So once your game starts downloading the mods, this is what it's going to look like. You've got your progress bars here, and it's going to let you know the mods it's downloading. So like you can see, for example, here, I can't zoom in, but this is the name of the mod. This is its progress bar right here, this line here. And you can see its percentage. And it's going to download a lot of stuff at the same time. So it should go fairly quickly. And this is what you get when you've got the Nexus Premium account. All this will take forever. Imagine trying to download all of these mods at the same time at 3 kilobytes a second. Your computer would be downloading for days. Troubleshooting. If you get an issue during installation, please check the FAQ first. The majority of issues you could get is covered. You can also join our Novus Discord before asking. Be sure it has not already been answered by doing a quick Discord search to save people's time. So this is its load order. So this is like one of its instances, and you can kind of make different things. So, or also, if you download this all successfully and it works, and let's say you start modding it, you start removing mods, add mods, remove a mod, add mods, and you end up breaking your game. What you can do is come to this part of your dashboard, and where it says apply order, you hit that, and what that will do is it'll uninstall all the mods you added. It'll reinstall the mods you disabled from this person's mod list, and it'll bring your game back to a stable point from like a fresh install, but with these mods downloaded. Because when you uninstall a mod with this, it doesn't delete the mod. It just keeps it cached away just in case you want to reinstall it, and it'll put it back in its load order as well. So this is a really good dashboard, guys. And then when you hit play here, what happens is it'll launch Mod Organizer 2, and then you'll launch the game from Mod Organizer. So select Novus, right drop, blah, blah, blah. Add desktop shortcut if you'd like. So I'll show you guys what the actual thing looks like, because I don't want to make this video too long. But so this is the Novus dashboard, and you can hit manage instance. So this is like the profile. I only have one profile. I have the one that he downloaded, or we downloaded for him, his playlist. And it'll just load up the mods. Just give it a quick sec. Now I have modified this list. So I have deleted mods, and I've installed my own mods. And this thing has, as you can see, these are the number of mods. 1, 2, 3. So let's go down the list here. Whoa. See, I changed this better jumping to a different version. So if If this was breaking my game, I would just hit apply order and it would reinstall the version that came with this installer, and it would help try and fix your issues you're having. Let's see here. Let's see if we can find some happy little trees here. So this came with different tree lots. I downloaded a performance thing, so it can already see that it's not the version that it downloaded. So it's just letting you know, hey, this isn't what I downloaded. If you want to go back, hit apply order, and I'll give you the mod that I downloaded. This is a really helpful tool here. And as you can see, we're still going down the list. We're at mod 1223. You can see we're still going, guys. We're still going. Still going. So here is where I have my own things that I downloaded, and now it knows, look, these mods didn't come with my installer, and it's just letting you know, not from the mod list. So if I hit apply order, it'll uninstall all of these mods that it doesn't recognize that came with its mod list, and try and get your game back to a very stable spot that it can be at. So these are all my mods that I added, but they're also mods I removed. Now, when you hit play, what will happen is it'll then pull up Mod Organizer 2. And this is what Mod Organizer 2 looks like. It's a lot different than Nexus, or Vortex, I keep calling it Nexus, but its premise is the same. These are the mod names. If you want to install a mod, just check that box. If you want to uninstall it, just check it again. As you can see, I've got 2,122 mods active, and I have 224 mods available to be used, and it's just telling me what's active and what's not plugged in. Now, I'm going to tell you, once you get this many mods downloaded, there's a limit to what we call your ESM or ESP and ESMs. So some mods come with ESP and ESM files. The game can only handle a maximum of 255 ESM and ESPs combined. So as you can see, I've got 205 ESP files active and 249 ESM files for a combination of a total of, come back, what are you doing? Cut that out. For a combination of 254 of 255 that it can handle. If you go past 255 ESM/ESP files, your game's going to start having major issues. A major issue I was having, and I don't know why, I don't know if this was programmed by Bethesda or something, but once I went past 255, my game would play great, but if I went to reload a save, my character would barf. It would throw up ice for some reason and then die. I don't know why. I don't know why it would do it. I don't know why. You can't stop it. You can't use God mode to stop it. Every time you load into the game, your character will just shoot ice out of their mouth for some reason and die. It's the weirdest thing I've ever experienced in Skyrim, but you got to stay there. So if you want to add mods, you're going to have to remove mods from the list that have ESM or ESP files to try and keep a balance of what it is. What I did was I deleted all of the follower mods because I don't really use follower mods. A lot of the follower mods come with ESP files, and a lot of player homes come with ESP files. And I deleted a lot of those because I don't use very many player homes. There's only a few that I like to use. So that helped me free up some space so I could add some more of my own mods. But this is what it looks like. So once you got the game installed and ready to go, don't tinker with it yet. Just play it. Play it for an hour or so. Get used to it. See what you like. See what you don't like. So right now we'll hit run just to get the game going. And this will take a minute. I don't care how good your computer is. I've got 4 terabyte SSD, 3080 Ti, i9 99K processor, which is pretty fucking good, and it still takes a couple minutes for my game to load. You got to understand that you're loading 2,400 mods, so it's going to take a minute for this to start up. So don't panic if your game freezes or if the game hasn't launched right away. It's just going to take some time, and I'm going to play this in real time so you guys can get an idea of how long it's going to take to actually get the game started. You guys can just look at my pixelated green screen face as we wait, because it will take a minute. Regardless of how good your computer system is, it's still going to take a minute. Now, once you launch with Mod Organizer, because you can see here, Novus, this is what you want here when you hit run. And also, make sure you go to Steam and you disable automatic updates, or you're going to fuck yourself up big time. And I'll show you guys how to do that. Where's Steam at? While we're waiting. So Steam, you see Skyrim, click on that, go to manage, or no, properties, I believe it is, and go to updates, and make sure only update this game when it is launched. Make sure you put it to that. Update this game when I launch it. And like my last tip before, once you do this, don't ever launch Skyrim from Steam. Always launch it from Mod Organizer, from your Novus dashboard. If you launch it from here, from Steam, and there's an update available, it's going to update your game and it's going to screw your game up. Don't launch from here once you set your update, your auto update off. Always launch from your Novus dashboard and Mod Organizer. You've been warned. And again, it's still taking some time to load. Watch me dance while we wait. But honestly, I'm never going to be able to play Skyrim again without this mod list. It's the best I've ever seen Skyrim look. It plays awesome. The new combat system's really nice. The movement's nice. And I'm still discovering stuff. There's 2,400 mods in this thing, so you're going to run into new enemies. And once you get there, you'll be greeted with this beautiful new screen. It'll show you that EMB has already been installed for you. You guys didn't have to do anything there. Reshade's been reinstalled for you. New EMB is available for download. Don't worry about it. Your game is set. The versions of the mods that is in this installation is set for the look you're going for now. So you don't got to worry about updating anything right now. So as you can see, it's still doing this thing here. It's going to take a sec to load. And I'll give you guys a quick tutorial on how to get the game started, because it's got its own alternate start mod, and it's a little different. And just so you guys know what to do right away, instead of like tinkering and be like, how do I do this? Where do I go? I'll just show you real quick. And like I said, guys, there's a lot that comes with this, so I apologize if I missed anything. If you're having issues during install, leave in the comments, how did you do this? Because I had one error. I had one error with this download, with it downloading all the mods, and what it was high poly head. And so what it'll do is, if it doesn't install high poly head, go to the Novus website, go to the search bar in the top right corner, type in high poly head. Another screen will come and it'll show you where you can manually download it, and it'll tell you how to manually install it, and then it'll put it in there for you and reload it. So here we're dealt with this beautiful new start screen here. We'll go to new just so you guys can see how it works. And you're not going to be starting in the carriage as a prisoner. You skip all that crap with this mod, thank God. And you skip maybe 10% of the main story. So when you first start, you load in here. You can't move right now. It's just loading up a bunch of stuff. Started Novus Ascension. I still don't even know what that is. A whole bunch of stuff here. So open the Skyrim Unbound MCM to begin your adventure. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to hit Start. Go to Mod Configuration. And Unbound is the first mod you're going to see. Now, before I click on this, because this is where you're going to want to start your game, your adventure, let's just take a look at this MCM menu, because it's pretty damn big. Look at all the stuff it's added. That's a lot of mods with a lot of options to deal with. I haven't even gone through this yet. That's how big this is. But anyways, so we'll go to Skyrim Unbound to start our adventure. and it's going to give you some scenarios to start off with. So main, you can just begin your adventure right now if you want, and everything's random. Your starting location is going to be random. The items you have is going to be random. The money you have is going to be random, and the season you have is going to be random. Or you can go here. You can modify. You can go weapons. You can turn that off to pick what weapons you want. Things like that. Spells, same thing here. It comes with a few spell mods for like new spells. I also downloaded Colorful Magic, Findrix, and Arcanium. So Colorful Magic, Findrix, I believe is how it's pronounced, and the Arcanium spell mod. I downloaded those three other mods. They add hundreds and hundreds of extra spells on top of this. Already comes with Apocalypse, and a couple other big major ones. So you're going to have a lot of magic spells if you like using mage. And this thing comes with a ton of weapon packs and armor packs already installed. So you're going to see a lot of new stuff here. So spells, same thing. You can turn that off to pick whatever you want to start off with. Inventory, so you can set how much money you want to start off with, or you can just have it random. And then starting location, so you can pick whatever you want. I like to start from Riften because Riften has like that nice wooded area. So we'll go with that, and then we'll hit. Where's Riften at? I think I might have passed it. Bruma. Bruma's in this too. So the Sky Oblivion update, I believe that modders are doing, is in this too. I haven't explored it too much. I started off at Riften one or Bruma once, but I didn't leave because it's not what I want to do yet. So here we're going to start off at Riften. Oh, sorry. Starting location, Riften. And you can also start from holds as well if you like, or temples, borders, wherever you want. Lots of options for you guys. So, adventurer. Then you can start yourself off with a bounty if you want. Game type, start day. So I like to start during the morning. And season, I like to start with summer and month, summer months. And jail, randomization, wilderness. This will just where it's going to launch you. But I've already picked Riften, so this is Black Oak Special. And this will give you a few more options here. Hotkey, start, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, other than that, you'll go to main. And when you're ready and you feel like you've got everything you want, disease, nothing, dragons. So how you get the main story started here is you don't do the jail scene. You don't run to the Jarl at Whiterun and say, "Oh my God, I saw a dragon," and you don't deal with your first dragon, and you don't got to go to Bleak Falls Barrow or wherever it is to get the dragon stone tablet. And you don't do the Whiterun part where you have your first encounter at the watchtower outside of Whiterun. That's not where you encounter dragons. With this, dragons just exist. They're already in the world. You can just decide when they start. So you can have it on a time delay. So you can have it. I think this is where they can spawn, I believe. But you can have it so time delay disabled completely, so there's no dragons at all. But I don't believe you can start the main story that way. You can have it enabled, or you can have it set for like a couple days. Like you can make they won't spawn. See, dragon delay, so minimum. So they won't show up for at least 7 in-game days. Or you can put that down to 1 if you want, or you can just enable them and they'll show up everywhere. But once you're ready to go, you'll hit Let's Go, and then you'll be brought to your race menu here. Your character starts off naked, so if you've got parents in the room, if you're youngin', I don't know what to do. You better wait till they're gone. But I'm going to pause it because I'm going to get one of my characters set up, and I don't want, the stuff to show up. Okay, so I got my character done. I just had to get some clothes on her because they start off naked, and I didn't want anything going on with YouTube's monetization and all that crap, or demonetizing, or whatever you want, age restriction, all that crap. So, typical, you guys seen all this before, race menu. If you go to presets, they come with all kinds of different presets here, already installed, which is kind of nice. I've got my own presets, so I use my own, but I haven't dug into any of these yet. But yeah, it comes with its own presets, blah, blah, blah. So when you're done your race menu, you're going to hit the button to be done, adventurer. And normally you would get this right away. You would get this menu. Continue, swap gear, open race menu, or cancel. It'll give you the option to stay here, and you can get a feel on how things work here. You've got the mod smooth camera, so your character kind of moves away from the camera before the camera moves. It's pretty good. Feels good. He jumps different. Your combat's different. And if you numbers 1 to 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, these are all different attack stances. So if you press 1, you've got that attack. If you press 2, you do a different stance. Now you're attacking differently. And it's the same with weapons. Let's see, did I get any weapons? Didn't give me any weapons, but yeah. So once you do that and you're ready to go, just hit enter again and go to continue. And it'll load up your scenario that you picked. So we picked Riften, so it's going to start me off outside or inside of Riften. And here we are, Riften. Your game might chug a minute. It's going to ask you to pick a deity. I just pick whatever. Yeah, so here we are, Riften. And a mod that I highly when you're done your install, you still have a little bit of space to add some more of your own mods if you like. So if you don't want to ruin or touch anything, because this is kind of the most lore friendly you're going to have the game. All the mods that are downloaded, it pretty much makes the game still stay lore friendly. You just get new fancy armors and weapons and stuff, but nothing like, you ain't gonna have like jetpacks or modern day clothing or guns. You know what I mean? Everything is gonna pertain to this era of the world. But one mod I highly recommend you download is Protus. And that's this one right here, Protus. You go on Nexus, look up the word Protus, and this will show up. And this is a mod I highly recommend you download. And this will just give you a bunch of options. I covered it in another video before, but you can just mess around with your weathers. So look how good this game looks, man. All the NPCs have been overhauled. All the textures have been overhauled. And don't worry about like if you see like some weird looking neck seams. I added my own skin texture. I just haven't blended them together yet. But just look at how goddamn good this game looks. The camera, the smooth camera mod, just the movements, the lighting, and like you can just mess with all different types of lighting. Whether you can have yourself in a storm if you like.
Next time, keep your plans quiet and nothing will happen.
Are you telling me you robbed it? Why?
Let's take a peek outside. I hate this guy. Get away.
Another run-in with a thief's skill.
Be careful.
And for what this is, 2,400 mods, the textures, the game doesn't take that long to load. Like different areas once you've got the game running and rolling on an SSD. I say that now I'm hitting the longest load screen I've ever seen. So that was about 10-15 seconds. But just look at the goddamn game. Your running animations are different. Just look. I'm not going to go too far into this because I'm all tired now and stuff. Just because I have a video already of me exploring this for the first time, and I'll show you guys that video too, like the video you want to watch, just so you can get an idea. So before you jump into all of this, watch my video and see if it's something you're really into. But as you can see, the game is just absolutely gorgeous. And this is just this area. Even the snowy areas look really nice. Like grass and stuff moves out of your way. The trees, leaves are moving in the wind. Like look at that. Like look at the grass. Everything's just... And this thing's added so many different monsters. Combat. So the enemies will fight you like you. Like the abilities you have, the enemies have too. They can do all the fancy movements, jump and dodge over you and counter you. They'll do all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't want to give too much away. I want you guys to discover this stuff for yourself and be blown away like I was. But yeah, this is the Novus mod list, guys. Highly recommend it if your computer can handle it, even if it's the lowest graphical settings. Give this a try, guys. I'll never go back to Skyrim. Um, and yeah, let's. I'll show you guys um, the video that I have. I'll link you guys to that video just so you guys can see where it's at. And then other than that, guys, there's not much more I can say about this. Okay, so obviously, because you're watching my video, you must be on my page or seen it. But if not, click on my page, come to videos, and just go right here to trying out Skyrim Novus over 2,000 mods, true 2024 remaster. I'm blown away, and I really am, really blown away by this. So watch this video to kind of get an idea of if this is something that you want. I've got it up to 2K. That's what I play in. 2K, so you guys can see it for what it is. I even got my thing up here showing you guys my performance and how it kind of handles. This is before I made some performance changes myself, so I'm getting better performance, better FPSs. But yeah, other than that, guys, do some research on this if you like. It's well worth it. I like I said, I can never go back to playing Skyrim without this mod list. And apparently, the person that made this is in the process of making an even better looking one. So that'll be coming up soon. So your game will be looking even better. Other than that, guys, just yeah, it is what it is. Beautiful game. Your Skyrim will never look the same again. And hopefully this encourages you guys to try it out. Any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and I'll try and answer them the best I can. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.